these conversations that we don't want to have because they're uncomfortable, they need to be had, because I'm uncomfortable with how many Black men are dying. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be on more of a serious note just because of what's happening around us and just shedding some light on some information that needs to be said. And even though I don't have that much of a platform right now, I appreciate those who do watch me and those who do have subscribed to me so far. And you know, just because it's not a huge audience who may see this, I do want to speak on it on my channel. I was even trying to decide if I wanted to upload this week or not, but I got a couple of I just have a couple of things to get off my chest. So I just want to shed some light on what's going on around us and just some personal things that I've been going through. I even thought about, you know, taking a break from YouTube, but I want to be completely transparent with y'all. And if I do need a break, I'll let you guys know. I won't just ghost my channel. I'll let you guys know when I need a break. But I don't feel like now is the time to be silent. I don't feel like now is the time to have a break. I actually feel like now is the time to, you know, voice my opinion. And if you don't agree with what I'm saying in this video, that is completely fine. This is my opinion. And, you know, I don't really look for people to agree with, you know, what I'm saying. But, so I'm just going to get right into some of the topics that I want to talk about. So I named this video After College Peaks and Pits. And a part of the peaks and pits is what's going on in the world, honestly. So I graduated college in December 13th, 2019. And it's been a roller coaster ever since then. Let me just take y'all on the journey from the beginning, right? So right after I graduated, I had a job, and it was as a real estate assistant for this brokerage. And you know, coming out of college, I just thought like, this is a good opportunity. I'm gonna make good money, blah, 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 blah. And this is exactly where I want to be. I knew that I wanted to do interior design, and I wanted to be in the housing market. I didn't know if I wanted to go, you know, with the investing side of real estate, with the retail side of real estate. So I thought, let me give retail a try. But I didn't have my license right out of college, so I was gonna pay for the classes for Maryland, DC, and Virginia, and I was gonna get my license for Maryland, DC, and Virginia. So I came across this brokerage. She gave me a job. And everything was cool at first, but I ended up quitting, y'all, because I was not comfortable with what she was asking me to do. A lot of the transactions were illegal because I didn't have my license. So for me to do an open house or something, that's fine. But she asked me to do a lot of real estate transactions, which legally I'm not supposed to do in Maryland, DC, or Virginia. So I just was not comfortable with some of the things that she asked me to do. So first of all, I'm big on having everything in writing. I don't go by, oh yeah, I'll pay you this and this. Woo, woo, woo. So she told us she would pay us a certain amount weekly. We would get paid weekly. And then we would get, I think 50% on any closing that we had after receiving our license. So I'm like, okay, cool. Like, this is someone who I could potentially see showing me the ropes of, you know, the real estate industry. So I did take a real estate class in college, but after, I think I had only about half of the credit hours that I needed for me to receive my license. So I'm like, okay, you know what? I didn't really take that class seriously. I'm just going to start all over. I already have the Maryland real estate book and the general real estate book, so I didn't have to buy any of the items over again. But she offered to buy our books for us, which didn't apply to me because I already had my books, and she offered to pay for the class. So the class is a couple $100, y'all. And I was going to take class every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. And that was going to be my schedule. And whenever I was not taking my class, I would be either doing open house or office work, which was fine because, you know, I got hired as a real estate assistant. Then in her job description, it was a lot of, I think she had me doing like website development and recruitment. It was a whole lot of HR work, which I told her that HR was my expertise, so I did not mind. But lady, I need you to pay me more if I'm going to be doing much more than, you know, assistant work type of work. So she was basically telling me, oh, in real estate, there is no 9 to 5 and blah, blah, blah. And I said, I understand that basically you work as a contractor, as a realtor. So I was not a realtor yet. I got hired as a real estate assistant. So don't tell me that there's no set time. Don't tell me, because you're not going to rip and run me for me to get your business off the floor. So I feel like me and her, for the little bit I was there for a month and a half, and we really bumped heads. So this is where I really this was my last straw. She wanted me to sign under her to work as a contractor. First of all, I had to have a 1099. So I'm working as a contractor explicitly under her for 2 years, just because she paid a couple $100 for me to take my pre-licensing class to get my license. That wasn't gonna work for me. I told her I'm not comfortable with signing a 2-year agreement under you, because if stuff don't work out, I already signed this agreement, and just because you paid for my pre-licensing class, now I'm basically bind to this brokerage. I'm not comfortable with that. She just really tried to come for my intelligence, and I did not appreciate that. So I'm sticking by my decision to this day. So, update on finding a job, y'all. I have applied to, I think I lost count at maybe 48 positions in the DMV. I have lost count, probably 48, and I got denied for most of them. 2 positions that I got a call back for gave me a date to come in for my interview, and then they pushed that date back about 2 or 3 times. And then after postponing it so many times, they basically said that they had to cease all hiring processes. So I understood, because of Corona or whatever. But I started looking into a few agencies that would allow me to work from home. And there's no update with that so far. I'm still looking. I took this time to really narrow down what it is that I want to do and get my company's name together and all the LLC paperwork and everything together. So this was kind of a blessing in disguise to not jump right into work right after I graduated, because it gave me a lot of time to think about what it is that I wanted to do. Oh, I just want to say this. I have this in my notes, but I've been literally living by this quote forever, but more so since I've graduated college. Don't compare your journey to nobody else's journey, y'all. You might have a friend that, you know, they worked all throughout college, and then their internship offered them a position within an organization, and they're solid, they're set, they're happy. You may have a friend that graduated 2 years ago and they're on their 3rd job. You may have a friend that moved across the country or out of the country, and they're doing well off or not. So just don't compare your journey to anyone else's. Like, don't say what you should be doing right now. Set your own goals. And then if you don't reach those goals in the timely manner that you want to reach them, know that it's okay. It's okay. Like, I feel like we get so caught, especially my age group, y'all. I'm about to be 23 years old. So I feel like my age group, we have this mindset that we're supposed to have everything figured out, or, you know, this person is doing this, what am I doing wrong, da da da. Like, y'all, just take a break from social media, because it's not all the glitz and glam that, you know, that people portray it to be. And even if it is, even if someone is set in their life, take that as motivation. Take that as, you know what, that's where I want to be. And me looking back, trying to figure out what didn't I do right, is not going to help me move forward. Like, you have to trust the process. You have to stick to what you're doing and know that it's going to work out. It has to. Like, you didn't come this far for nothing. And I'm saying this to y'all, but I'm also like, you know, I practice what I preach. I write in my journal all day, every day, y'all. I get up, I meditate, I pray. And while I'm praying, I'm also, you know, thanking God for how far I've come. Don't discredit how far you've come because you're not where you want to be yet. Don't give up because you're not where you want to be yet. Okay.
gunshots sound, another black man down, another innocent killed by the police. What side are you on? All the violence is red and blue. Oh, and the sons of a mother who never had a father, trying to change a boy to a man. Got love for you, mama, don't cry. We gon' be alright.
So I actually want to talk about what I really came on here for today, and it's about all the police brutality in the world and the racism. First of all, I don't care if you black, blue, purple, brown, gray, you know that what's being done to black people is not right. And I'm not gonna say people of color, I'm gonna say black people. This movement is specifically for the injustices in the world that are happening to black people. If you have any type of backlash for when someone say Black Lives Matter, it doesn't, to me, it doesn't register in my brain right. How can you, someone is literally saying stop killing us. Someone is literally saying Black Lives Matter. Why is there any type of, but, well, it's nothing after that. We're not saying that nobody else's lives matter. That's not what we're saying. Black people are in danger. So we're saying the movement is Black Lives Matter, period. That's it. So, I just wanted to talk about the divide between the proper way to protest and the proper way to express anger. There is no proper way. If your calling is to riot, that's your calling. If your calling is to inform the people on social media or in real life, then that's your calling. If your calling is to donate, that's your calling. I don't feel like it's no proper way to express anger. I don't feel like it's no proper way to protest. It's no proper way to do it. People are angry. People are livid. It's just like saying, you know, you poking a bear. I'm going to keep poking this bear. I'm going to keep agitating this bear. And then when the bear attacks me or when the bear attacks back, I'm trying to figure out, why did the bear have to attack me that way? Like, man, please make it make sense, because it doesn't at all. So for all the people who are saying like, oh my gosh, like, why would you ruin the Target? Why would you ruin the CVS? There are people dying, you know? Are you under a rock? There are people dying. You mad because, oh, now you have to go 10 more minutes up the block to the next CVS because this CVS got burned? There are people dying. And let me just say this. If you're offended by this statement here, you need to do some deep soul searching if you are offended by the statement that I say here, because you're part of the problem. You're a non-black person and you're silent about this situation, but you love black culture. You make your money off black culture. You have your popularity off of black culture. But you're silent when it comes to black people dying. You need to do some deep soul searching if you think for a second that is right, because it's not. But just as much as you promote your flat tummy tea and you promote, you know, your braids and your non-kinky hair, you need to promote Black Lives Matter. If you're taking this time out to, you know, really be to yourself and protect your mental, by all means, do that. But I just ask that you be aware, keep up with what's happening in the world. And I don't mean cut on Fox 5 News, because they literally are showing you what they want to show you. I mean, keep up with real-time news. People say, oh, don't get all your news from social media, da-da-da-da-da. No, everything on social media is not believable, but that's real-time news. That's real and that's raw before they take it down. So take however many social media breaks or breaks from people that you need to have, but these uncomfortable discussions, they need to be had. If you're around your non-black friends and they don't want to hear what you need to say, you need to think twice about who you're surrounding yourself with. If these conversations, I'm not saying that these type of political conversations don't spark some type of, you know, feelings, because they do, whether you're Black or Hispanic or Asian or white, they do. But these conversations that we don't want to have because they're uncomfortable, they need to be had, because I'm uncomfortable with how many Black men are dying. I'm uncomfortable with being asked 1,000 times in a store, do I need help? I'm uncomfortable with, as a Black woman, not feeling comfortable walking home. I'm uncomfortable with knowing that I could run in a park and I could get chased down and killed. That makes me uncomfortable. So if these conversations are making y'all uncomfortable, please suck it easy, please. So it feels good. I feel like I need to get that off my chest. So make sure you guys subscribe. And we can even have a little discussion down in the comments. Like I said, this conversation needs to be had. So please abide by YouTube's guidelines. Please don't be rude. Please don't say anything negative. State your opinion. And I'll be glad to, you know, converse with you. I have no problem with that. Bye.